Hello everyone, I'm Jan Hinrichs. I'm the CEO of Beluga Linguistics. Thank you for being here. This is a free course for translators and linguists. Let me tell you something important. Our industry is changing fast. There's artificial intelligence, there's post-editing, there's automation, and clients expect more and more. The rules are not the same anymore. If you work as a freelance translator or if you want to start, this is not the time to wait. This is the time to grow, or you might get left behind. That's why we made this course. It's a simple and clear guide to help you join the global localization markets. Coming up, you will learn what skills you need today to find your first job. What makes you different? Say it clearly, own it, let them see it fast. How and why to use AI in your work and not to be afraid of it. What to do to feel more comfortable and what to avoid to stay up to date. This is not just a free course. This is your next step. It's your chance to grow as a professional translator. Each module has exercises and downloadable files. They will help you practice and apply what you learned. Are you ready? Let's start building your future together. In this first module, we are getting straight to the point. What are clients and agencies actually looking for nowadays? The industry has shifted, and so has a skill set that gets you notice. Let's start with what clients and agencies really want from freelance translators today. If you want to get hired, you need to understand what they're looking for. So first things first, agencies and project managers aren't just looking for translators. They're looking for language partners, people who understand the importance of relevance, clarity, and results. Clients are looking for more than translations. They need problem solvers, people who can handle localization tools, yes, of course, but also people who understand how language fits into business. If that sounds like you, your profile should say it loud and clear. The good news, you don't need to have 10 years of experience to show that. Your profile is your first impression. And trust me, they matter. We're living in the TikTok era. Attention spans? Just seconds. Recruiters won't spend minutes digging. They want answers, fast and straight to the point. Recruiters and vendor managers filter fast. They match profiles to what companies need. If they don't see the right signals right away, you are out. No second chances. No final round. So, your headlines and summaries are the first thing people see. They must be clear, concise, and keyword-rich. Use words like localization, TMS, SaaS, quality assurance, whether it's LinkedIn, PROS, or your own website. Those sections matter more than you think. So let's look at this one. Freelance translator is technically true, but hey, come on, it falls short. Now compare that to English to Spanish marketing translators. Tourism travel specialist. Wow, that tells people exactly what you do. In just one line, project managers and recruiters use keyword searches. If your profile doesn't include the right terms, you don't show up. So use AI like ChatGPT to polish your profile, get ideas, and get discovered. Here are 2 prompts you can use to optimize your profile. You'll find them in the additional resources of this training as well, so don't worry. And try searching for a couple of keywords like localization specialist, freelance translator, or post editor on LinkedIn to get a feeling of the market. So now let's talk about visibility. LinkedIn rewards people who are active. So post once in a while, share a tip, a project update, or a useful resource. Even a single post can get seen by hundreds, maybe thousands. So also engage with others, like comments and connect. This keeps you visible and builds real relationships. Now let's talk to those of you who are just starting out. No portfolio? Well, no problem. Focus on this. Show your willingness to learn. Include relevant coursework and certifications and small projects you have contributed to. I know the fear. What if you have no experience? Then, well, gain it. Build a minimum viable portfolio. Here's how. Gather some sample of previous work. or join a crowdsourced project on tools like Crowdin, Pros Pro Bono, or Translators Without Borders. So now let me show you straight away how this works. If you are on Crowdin, you just go to the parts, to the footer, you click on Explore Public Projects, and well, maybe you are into games, so select the game section. Minecraft, is that what you are like? Well, click on Minecraft. You search for your language and select the projects you want to participate and translate all. You will ask to be logged in, and we will come to that a little bit later. Another option is Pros Pro Bono. Well, Pros Pro Bono is an NGO where you can volunteer. You go to the Work With Us tab, and you see it here. You can join as a volunteer. You fill out your details, and once you're approved, you can start working. And the last resource I wanted to share with you is Translator Without Borders. Maybe you have heard of it. It's a huge community. You apply for a volunteer application, and once you are admitted, you are ready to join their portfolio. The goal here is to show your commitment, to prove you are ready to learn and contribute. We've included a downloadable checklist for this module. It will help you optimize your LinkedIn or Pros profile, find the right keywords, and identify high growth sectors to focus on. All this based on the latest industry research. So remember, you don't need to be the most experienced person in the room, but you do need to make your profile speak the language of your clients. Start with your headline, add relevant keywords, and build a portfolio that shows that what you can do. This is your foundation, your baseline visibility in the market. So coming up next, how to find actual paying clients and connect with them in the right way. Now that your profile looks sharp, how do you get your first paid projects? And how do you do it without waiting for someone discovering your profile by magic? Let's get into it. There are several places to look for freelance translation jobs. Language service providers or LSPs like Beluga are a big source of projects. Platforms like Pros, translators.com, or even some Slack, Discord communities can work too. Direct outreach to end clients can also open doors. But here's the thing. The real pros don't wait on platforms. They go directly, or they get referred. So let's talk about outreach. Step 1. Make a list of companies you'd love to work for. Step 2. Find the vendor manager, localization PM, or global content lead on LinkedIn, or the Work With Us tab on their website. Step 3. Write to them. This is what we call cold outreaching. But don't rush just yet. Start with something human, like highlighting a translation trend that could benefit their brand or something else that is important for them. So here are a few do's and don'ts you should bear in mind. So do your own research. Be professional. Use the right application process. This is super important. Explain why it should be you and not somebody else. Show you did your homework. Connect your experience to their needs. And here are some things you shouldn't do. So never spam. Don't waste vendor management's time. Never lie about your experience. Never ever. Don't sound like a machine. And believe me, we have got plenty of those. What stands out now? The human touch. Doing this well gets you one step closer to landing that dream job. We covered cold outreach, but what is warm outreach? Well, it's called networking, and it matters more than you think. Get involved in communities like Lock Lunch, Women in Localization, or volunteer for Translators Without Borders. Real connections build trust, close relationships that opens doors, that teaches you, that brings you closer to the industry. Don't stay stuck in your translation cave. Outreach can feel intimidating, but it's really about being clear, professional, and make people feel good about working with you. Here are a few simple things to keep in mind when contacting potential clients. Introduce yourself with purpose. Say who you are, what you do, and why you are reaching out. Show you have done your homework. Mention recent projects or something they specialized in. Focus on what they need. Position yourself as a solution, not just a service. Follow up once, then move on. One friendly reminder is enough. And be patient. Sometimes answers take time. Pushing too hard can backfire and hurt that first impression you're trying to make. So, and finally, stay consistent. Make outreach a habit, not a one-time thing. The trick is build relationships before you need them. Let networking become a habit. And yep, let's talk money. Pricing doesn't have to be a guessing game. We are giving you a list of tools to help you set your rates with confidence and based on your current market trends. A starting rate calculator from Prosy you find here, and the latest reports from Nimdzi with average per word and hourly rates. You don't have to guess. You don't have to undercharge. Set a rate you're comfortable with and go up as you gain experience. Today's takeaways: clients are out there. You just need a roadmap to find them. Choose your platform, reach out with value, build real connections, and charge with confidence. This is the start of your journey. In this first module, we've covered the basics of building your network from scratch. In module 2, we'll zoom out and look at the bigger picture and at a new player we can't ignore: artificial intelligence. We'll explore how AI is reshaping the industry and why adapting is now an essential skill to stand out from the crowd. All right, time to talk about the elephant in the room: AI. You've seen the headlines, you've heard the discussions. Translators are obsolete, ChatGPT can do it all. But here's the truth: AI is not replacing human translators. It's refining the role. And the translators who understand that, they're the ones winning. Let's break it down. First, let's look at what AI is good at. It's good at speed, pattern recognition, and process large volumes of data very quickly. What it's not so good at is context, voice, emotion, brand, and cultural nuances. When a company needs to sound local, natural, and aligned with their market, AI falls sort of short. And that's where you come in. Think of yourself not just as a translator. You're a language consultant, a prompt engineer, a QA specialist, a UX tester, a tone strategist. That's what clients are investing in. So instead of asking, will AI replace me? Ask, how do I position myself alongside it? The translators who evolve are thriving. By embracing AI, you position yourself as a modern professional who understands and uses the latest tools. We've shared resources full of prompt optimization tips for translators. So check it out. Let's get practical. If you want to work with top clients, you need to understand how AI works inside the tools they use every day. Let's look at how AI is being used inside the platforms you'll be working with. You may have heard of Smartling, Phrase, Localize, Crowdin. These are all TMS platforms. Think of them as a central hub where companies manage multilingual content. And most of them are now embedding AI into the workflow. Imagine opening a job in a TMS and instead of a blank segment, there's pre-translation. It's not perfect, but it's a starting point. Your role to post-edit it into something human, high quality, and brand aligned. And sometimes TMS even include prompt-based AI help inside the editor. So you don't need to simply translate a sentence. You can fix the grammar. You can suggest alternatives. You can do it all inside the tools. It saves time, especially when deadlines are tight. You don't need to be an engineer to work with these tools. You just need to understand how they give you a real edge in today's market. And be assured, clients will notice it. So we've talked about AI, we've talked about TMS, and now let's talk about the new industry standard that brings them together: post-editing. Post-editing means working with machine-translated content and improving it until it meets professional standards. There are two levels: light post-editing, fix a bare minimum, grammar, terminology, and basic meaning, and full post-editing. Make it sound like a native wrote it. You adjust style, flow, and tone. To do post-editing well, you need to understand the difference between the two. And more importantly, post-editing should never take longer than actually translating from scratch. Sometimes the machine output is so bad, you're better off just retranslating. Here's a mindset to keep. You're not just fixing mistakes, you're delivering clarity. You are adapting the intent, not just the form. and you're maintaining quality under pressure. One of our team members shared a great post on LinkedIn about this. We'll LinkedIn as an extra resource. It includes 10 prompt ideas to make AI output better from the start, so you spend less time cleaning it up. Coming up next, the tools that give you access to this kind of work. We'll talk about TMS, cut tools, and how freelancers get invited to them, plus a general overview of some of the main ones you need to know. Crowdin, BureauWorks, Phrase, or Smartling, these are all translation management systems, or short TMS. And they are the backbones that power the modern language industry. The TMS handles everything: assigning tasks, managing files, version control, quality assurance, glossaries, translation memories, and deadlines and budgets. You name it. It's in there, and clients, agencies use TMS to centralize team communication and workflows. It helps them move fast and stay organized, especially when multiple languages are involved. As a freelance translator, you will be expected to work inside these systems, so it's critical to understand the basics. But don't worry, many of them are intuitive, and once you get comfortable with one, the others start to feel familiar. So this one is confusing for a lot of people. Cut tools and TMS are not the same, but they work together. Let's break it down. Cut tools, or computer assistant translation tools, are designed to help you translate. They include translation memories, glossaries, machine translation suggestions, and other features. Tools like Trados, MemoQ, or WordFast fall into this category. TMS, on the other side, are cloud-based project management platforms. They often include cut tool features too. You log in, and everything is hosted by the client. No installs, just workflows. You'll likely work with both of them, but don't stress about memorizing labels. If you can work in tools like Localize or Trados, you're already ahead of the curve. Now let's explore two well-known translation management systems, BureauWorks and Crowdin. So you click on Get Started, you scroll down, you click on the Start for free, and you just fill out this form. You will get an email notification to confirm your email, and you are done. On the other side, we have Crowdin. You can click on Sign Up and fill out your email, username, and password, the same as before. Just agree to the terms and privacy policy, and you are in. Mastering both cut tools and TMS platforms give you a real advantage. It's what helps you collaborate efficiently and meet client expectations. Next up, how freelancers actually get invited to work inside these TMS platforms. Most TMS access happens through an invite. That means the client or agency adds you to their vendor list. Then they assign you a project or task through their TMS. You'll usually be given a brief training, a style guide and glossary, and some test content. You are likely starting small, a small project or a trial task. If you deliver quality, more work will follow. You've included a referral link for Crowdin open source projects. Use it to explore a real TMS environment. Or, as explained in the last module, create trial accounts and on different platforms to start exploring. Once you're inside, try translating segments, get a feeling for the interface, and start getting comfortable. You'll also find a step-by-step guide in the resources sections of this video, showing you how to create trial accounts on both Crowdin and BureauWorks. Coming up next, a quick look at Crowdin and what makes it unique. Let's dive into Crowdin. Crowdin is widely used by tech companies, especially in SaaS, mobile apps, and open source software. Crowdin offers two platforms, Crowdin.com and Crowdin Enterprise. While the translator interface is the same, Crowdin Enterprise offers a lot more sophistication for project managers and security features, while standard Crowdin is designed for simple projects and smaller teams. If you are new to TMS platforms, Crowdin is a great one to start with. Let's see the interface. The first thing you see is your workspace. From here, you can access projects, groups, and filter anything you need. Next, we have the Start projects. This is where your priority work lives. Notifications, this is where you see project updates, role changes, or task alerts. In Messages, you can chat with team members and follow up on questions. In the Task tab, you will see viewed assigned tasks and filter them by type, like translations or proofreading, and by language pair. The last tab is the Store tab. Here you can install plugins, integrations, or apps to expand your localization setup. Now let's have a look inside the editor. 3 views are here. So the default view is a side-by-side view. Source on the one side, target on the other side. You have panels with tools, perfect for general translations. The comfortable view, you will see only the source text, a bigger space by type, no clutter, ideal for longer or more nuanced content. Last, the multilingual view. See how the same string was translated into other languages. Great for related languages, like Spanish or Portuguese. And you can spot inconsistencies easily, keep the tone consistent. To the right, you find the power panels. You can see comments, discuss, flag issues. You find the translation memory, to stay consistent. You have the terminology tab, where you can find all the key terms, and file context. This is the big picture of the file you are just right now translating. AI Assistant is something really cool you can leverage to find context and get suggestions from AI. Hide the panels if you want a clean interface. So let's work on a string. You click it, you type whatever you want, and you save it. So once saved, it's stored in the TM, but not final. It needs to be approved. And final, reviewed, then it's ready to go. You can also upvote or downvote translations. Most votes wins. Below the target field, you find TM suggestions for consistency, machine translation options for more speed. Filter options help you to focus. Only translated, only needs approval, or only with comments or issues, even without a paying client. Knowing how a TMS works will give you an advantage. It's also a great way to understand multilingual workflows. You'll see how strings are organized, how revisions happen, and how consistency is maintained. We've included a referral link to help you get started, explore a project, join a language, and test your skills in real, safe environments. Next up, we'll take a look at BureauWorks, another rising star in the TMS field. Now let's take a look at BureauWorks. BureauWorks is all about AI-powered localization. It's a modern, scalable platform and definitely one to keep on your radar. It takes a lot of manual back and forth out of translation management. For translators, that means job get assigned fast, content is prepped with machine suggestions, QA is mostly automatic, plus it has a strong reputation for transparency. You can see word counts, deadlines, and pay rates upfront. No guesswork. Another plus, BureauWorks is very AI integrated. From built-in pre-translation to automated error detection, it's designed to help you move faster without sacrificing quality. Once you've created your trial account with a guide we provided, you'll land inside the BureauWorks TMS. Okay, let's take a look at the main tabs. So the home page, the home tab. This is your main dashboard. It shows updates, deadlines, and notifications from the dynamic feed. Then we have the project tab. This is where task lives. If you are viewing as a vendor, this is where you access your work. Organizations tab. This is where admins set structures for TMs, glossaries, and more. Then we have the people tab. This controls user roles, groups, and invitations. Context tab. This is where translation memory and glossaries are managed. BureauWorks editor. Let's see the power behind it. When you open a file, the top bar tells you everything. File name, hover to see full name, The segments plus progress bar tracks what's done. File size, know what you're dealing with. Workflow steps plus languages, always visible. Eye icon shows you the words, segments, charts, statistics that matters. Go to segments, type a number, jump in. Well, select all. Bulk actions in seconds. Confirm all, mark everything except empty ones. The translation button, use TM, copy source, or autofill. Then you have download, original or translated. Delivery task, no tag issues, and you are done. So, menu power tools. Hide or show the menu, unlock and features. So comments, you see comments, TM, empty, AI suggestions, instructions and reference files. You can see QA check tools, TM search, glossary, filter by segments, translation, change history, settings, project info, and review PDF files. So, and finally, we have the AI tools, which is super interesting in BureauWorks. If enabled, use augmented actions. Ask AI to review, get better and faster. The smells option, your second pair of eyes. AI checks for meaning, shifts, missing information or inconsistencies. Spot potential errors as you work, not afterwards. Before QA even starts. Flag awkward phrases, mistranslations and omissions, additions and inconsistencies. These function catches mistakes early, fix them fast, deliver cleaner work if it smells. Check it out. You might not land your first job on BureauWorks overnight, but understanding how it works gives you real advantage. Clients prioritize freelancers who are already comfortable with their tools. Coming up next, the basic resources every professional needs to stay consistent, sharp, and reliable. Let's shift gears a bit. You've got the platforms, you've seen the AI, maybe you're even getting projects. But how do you deliver like a pro? Let's talk about the tools that make or break a quality job. No matter the tools you use, there are 3 key resources you must understand: style guides, glossaries, and translation memories. Imagine style guides as your brand compass. They define the tone, formality, regional preferences, and formatting rules. LSPs and clients expect you to follow them. No exceptions. Now, glossaries are your best friends for consistency. They tell you approved terms in both the source languages and the target languages. When in doubt, check the glossary first. Translation memories are databases of past translations. When you use a CAT tool, you'll see previous translations pop up. This speeds up your work. But most importantly, it keeps wording consistent. Google Translate, DeepL, Amazon Translate, sounds familiar? Empties are great for ideas, but never deliver raw empty output to a client. We'll link a post with pro tips on using empty wisely. In real projects, you juggle all these tools at once. Style guides, and glossaries, and translation memories equal pro-level workflows. Master this and you'll stand out from the crowd. Now you know the essentials. But being skilled is one thing, standing out, that's the next level. Ready to learn how? Let's dive deeper in the last module. At this point, you might be wondering, am I ready to go pro or even take it to the next level? Here are some signs you are ready to scale. So you have built a decent portfolio and a professional profile. You feel ready to quote and negotiate with real clients. You've delivered real projects. You've worked inside at least one TMS, and you understand workflows involving AI or machine translation. Scaling doesn't mean going full-time right away. It means being strategic, taking on higher value clients, and specializing in areas that excites you. It's also about investing in yourself. Better tools, smarter systems, learning to pitch and manage your workflow like a pro. We have now reached the end of this free training course. You've covered a lot in just over an hour. If you want to learn more, we have created a premium course. designed for translators who want to take it even further. Here, we simulate real projects, walk you through different tools, show you how to optimize your brand and portfolio to grow sustainable. Plus, you'll have access to our community space and optional mentoring. If you are ready to invest in yourself, this is your moment. Check the link to learn more and enroll. We hope to see you inside. Let's go pro!